Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dominion. I'm Kale, and if this is your first time watching, I create educational videos on the world of Hero Wars Mobile. Today, we are going to be talking about cross-server tournaments. What are they? How do they work? What rewards can you get from them? And how should you set up your heroes for this tournament? Those are questions that are about to be answered in this video, along with a few tips for guildmasters on setting up your defense map. So let's just dive right into this. First, what are cross-server tournaments? Cross-server tournaments are sort of like guild wars between guilds on different servers, but they're only available to guilds in Gold League. And they consist of up to 10 days, I believe, of elimination battles until only one guild is left standing, and then the last guild gets a nice little trophy. So how do they work? Each day, your guild will go against another guild on another server, and the guild who gets the most points wins. If you win, you go on to the next round. If you lose, you go back to day 1. So if you're on day 3 and your guild loses, you go all the way back to guild 1. So you've effectively been eliminated from that wave of the tournament, and you're gonna on the next day get on to the next wave of the tournament. So, if you tie, if both guilds have the same amount of points, it's a random pick between who goes forward and who goes back. There are 20 champions total who can participate in cross-server wars, and each champion must have 3 teams of heroes instead of just 1. And that means all 3 of those teams must be defeated for the defense spot that hero is on to be defeated, if that makes sense. Now let's go on to rewards. What rewards can you get from cross-server tournaments? We'll find out right after the break. Just kidding, I'm not monetized. Anyway, you can get cross-server guild trophies in cross-server tournaments. Who would have known? One of these trophies is equal to 2 gold trophies, or 10 silver trophies, or 20 bronze trophies. The rewards per day start at 7 for the winners, 4 for the losers, and 1 extra trophy for each fortification you capture, which means you should be focusing on capturing as many fortifications as possible while also trying to get the max amount of points. Now, you can use these, hold on, let me get back into the shop. You can use these cross-server trophies to buy some little cosmetics, accessories, that's not how you say that. You can get yourself some avatar frames, you can get yourself some avatars. But the main event for these cross-server trophies is there, right here. The XP boosters, evolution boosters, and skill boosters. So let's start with the XP boosters. What do these do? If you use an XP booster on a hero, it will level that hero's level to the max player level, which means it will not level it to 120, it will level that hero's level to the maximum level available to you at that time. So let's make that less confusing. I'm level 95. If I use this on any hero, they're only going to go up to level 95. And it says, let's look at it right here. Maximize the level selected hero, blah, 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 blah. The higher the level was, the more trophies will be returned to your inventory. So let's look at that from let's say I'm trying to max a hero to level 120. That means I get a certain amount of trophies back per level that I have already leveled with XP potions. It's a very simple equation. You can do this for any level you're at. Just take the maximum level you can get, divide 500 by that number, and you will get the amount of guild trophies you'll get back for each level you've already leveled. So if you're trying to get to 120, then each level that you've already done is going to be worth about 4 guild trophies. Now let's go on to evolution boosters. This will evolve any hero you pick by 1 star, and it will also return a set amount of guild trophies per soulstone. If you're trying to evolve to 2 stars, you're going to get about 16 trophies per soulstone, 3 stars, about 10 trophies per soul stone. Oh no, exactly 10 trophies per soul stone. 4 stars, 5 trophies per soul stone. 5 stars, about 3 trophies per soul stone. And 6 stars, about 1 trophy per soul stone. So you don't want to use the evolution booster at lower stars, and that is because you're actually wasting your Guild War trophies. You can see as it gets higher stars, you can get more soul stones for less trophies. So you want to keep this in your inventory until you're about 5 or 6 stars, then use it. And I also would go further to say don't use this on heroes who are obtainable very easily. So use this on heroes that you can only get from the heroic chest, like Martha or Celeste. Those are very hard heroes to get. This can't be used on Jet, and it can't be used on Cleaver, because Cleaver's max stars, and Jet is a special little snowflake. Let's go on to skill boosters. The skill booster will max the skill, any skill you pick, to the maximum hero level. So this is another confusing one. Let's say I have a hero who's level 95. If I try to max their primary or secondary skill, it can only go to level 95, and I will get so many Guild War trophies back. So we're going to look at this from maxing to 120, so the first 2 skills, maxing to 100, so your blue skill, and maxing to 80, so your purple skill. And this is the maximum skill level you can possibly get in the game. So if you're maxing your first 2 skills, you can get about 4 trophies back per level that you've already leveled up. And then if you're maxing your blue skill, you can get about 5 trophies back per level that you've already done, and purple about 6 trophies back per level that you've already done. So that's all the stuff that you can get from cross-server tournaments. Now let's talk about how you should set up cross-server teams, because now you've got 3 hero teams that you have to worry about. Don't split up your main team. Like I said before, the enemy guild has to take out all 3 of your hero teams to get past you. So if you have your main team and it's really strong, don't split that up, because it's not like best 2 out of 3. They have to defeat every single team that you have. So don't split them up. And then you can use your Grand Arena teams, but take advantage and be aware of the fact that manual battle is an option in wars. That makes heroes like Celeste and Faceless suddenly more viable and more formidable against your teams. Now this is for the guild masters out there who may be a little confused. Maybe you're in a newer server and you've just gotten into this cross-server stuff and you're like, what am I doing? So I have a friend on United Front, the guild I'm currently in, to look at all this cross-server stuff, and his name is my name here on Discord and in-game. He has given me a few tips and tricks that he uses to set up the defense for cross-server. First, you want to start with a clean slate, so remove all the champions and take away all of their statuses, so you have a completely blank map. Now reassign champions and look at team composition, not just hero power. And that means if you see a team that's got very good composition all throughout, and they're just a little bit weaker than, say, what you would normally assign as a champion of the guild, maybe give them a chance, because they might end up being better than the champions that you're using right now. And I'm assuming if you are the leader of a gold guild, you probably know what good team composition looks like, so I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole nother conversation. Then you want to set up the bridge first. You want to have strong but varied Titan teams. So that means don't put like all the same Titan team on there. You want to keep the enemy guild on their toes. Then you want to put one strong Titan team in all 3 of the gates and also the Spring of Elements. Then you can put the rest of your weak Titans in the Spring of Elements and try to balance it out between Bastion, Gates, and Bastion of Ice. Now let's move on to the heroes. You want to put your strongest player in the Citadel. Why? So that people can't take it, because you're going to end up putting the rest of your weak heroes in the Citadel. So you want to have a super strong person in there to make sure the Citadel doesn't get taken. Then you want to put a strong hero team in your Lighthouse, Mage Academy, and Barracks, and one in the Foundry. And then you can put some of your weaker teams in the Foundry as well, but try to keep most of them in the Citadel. And then you want to balance out the Lighthouse, Mage Academy, and Barracks equally. Now here are some tips on attacking and assigning attacks. So you want to take down the max amount of fortifications, like I said before, because that will get you the most trophies. You want to leave Citadel for last. You want to be focusing on the Lighthouse, Barracks, and Mage Academy, because when you take all three of those out, those points equal the same amount of points you would get if you take the Citadel. And you also get, you've taken down 3 fortifications instead of 1, so you get more trophies. Oh, and finally, newer servers are substantially weaker than older servers. So the guilds on the newer servers, even the gold guilds, are going to be substantially weaker than like server 45 or say server 110, the server that I am in. I have had the privilege of being able to take part in the cross-server tournament for the past 2 days, and now today on Wednesday, the day that I'm releasing this will be the 3rd day, and I'm in server 110, and we have gone against server 200 plus guilds, and they have teams, most of their teams in fact, are weaker than me, and my team is about 120,000 hero power, which is pretty scrawny in my server, but in newer servers, it's like insane. You have to keep in mind, there is a huge level gap between all these servers. I want to give a huge thank you and shout out to Decepticons and United Front for helping me and arranging this whole video, really. So usually I'm leading Andromeda, a bronze, sort of on the cusp of being silver guild, and Casey the Goon, the leader of our sister guild, Decepticons, has helped arrange a transfer of me to United Front for a week. I think I've talked about this in my last videos, so I could take footage and stuff. And now that I've gotten this video out, I get to ride through the rest of the week collecting rewards and leveling up my Titans. So this is a huge, awesome thing for me, and also the leader of United Front transferred over to my guild and is currently leading it and helping me get a more concrete understanding of how to lead a guild as she sort of works out the kinks in Andromeda. So thank you so much, everyone in United Front and everyone in Decepticons, for helping out with this. It's been a huge project getting all this ready to go, and that's it for today. If you like this video, make sure to drop a like down below, and if you like my videos in general, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything, and until next time, keep on dominating.